Hey guys, welcome back to the Pure Goddess channel. My name is Gwenly. There's a lot going on right now. A lot of spell work being done, black magic being done to suppress, to confuse, to, trying to, these people or a specific karmic person is trying to, suppress us, confuse us, give us anxiety, make us feel closed or boxed in. Make us doubt ourselves, to not be in our power, to second guess ourselves, to dim our light, to lose faith, and it's very heavy, very, very heavy. On a normal aspect, we're in a time that we are, struggling to do the basic things because of the planets. I don't really know much about the planets, and it's just by the readings or spiritualists who I subscribe to on YouTube, who I trust, and it's, there's ascensions going on. So if you're going through an ascension, I think it's Mercury retrograde. And to me, Mercury retrograde is just like how it affects me. It's like if you're trying to push, it wants to pull, and if you're trying to pull, it wants to push. Just anything in your life, everyday life especially. And also if you're getting if lower vibrations are sending spell work or black magic towards you, all in all, it's really gonna affect you, doing your spiritual baths with Epsom salt, Himalayan salt, saging every day. I tried to leave my house about an hour ago, and I got this deep anxiety feeling, right? Like the pit of your stomach, and I knew that wasn't my energy, and I just saged the shit out of my home and me and my son, and really saged ourselves, and it's still lingering, but it's not so close to me anymore. I know it's not my energy, you know, and it could also be if you're on a, you feel there's energies, you're on a twin flame journey, or there's someone close to your energy. And you know, this stuff being thrown towards us, I've been arguing a lot with my son. My son's a toddler, and the tantrums, the whining, the fighting just has gone up so much, and it's been a long minute since my son's been acting like this. And we have our days, you know. And I know it's, you know, we both feel that my son is also an empath. And that's why it's so important to to clean ourselves, you know, spiritually, to clear out this negative energy, this dark energy that wants to attach to us and consume our good energy. You know, confusion, dark thoughts, being unsure, being hypocritical about ourselves, nitpicking things about ourselves, just anything to take us back to dark times, really feel like we're being held down energetically and we can't move. Things that we wish for or have faith in, we're having they're trying to make us feel the opposite of that and lose our faith or not have faith, you know, our motivation. And it's really important to just keep up with spiritual hygiene, doing salt baths, Palo Santo, burning Palo Santo, burning sage, clearing out that energy a few times a day, praying, just staying positive. And right now with Mercury retrograde, it's really normal to get overstimulated, and that's how it's been. It's like you can't focus, you're overstimulated, too much noises, it's gonna, like, you can't focus. You could only focus on one thing. But this stuff being thrown at us makes you feel For example, I'm a big multitasker. I can handle a lot. But lately it's just if I have a toddler whining or tantrums or mom, 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 and then I have the phone going and then his tablet or the television's going, it's too much chaos for me. And I can't focus. So things that are affecting us, that everyone's going through in a sense, but also if black magic's being done or there is different spells, evil eye being thrown towards you, you know, last week all this was happening, and but my confusion was taking over, and exhaustion as well. You feel so energetically depleted, exhausted. That's a big sign that someone's trying to siphon your energy, and black magic's being done, right? That's how I was feeling not too long ago, and I just need to sleep. And also, if you're going through an ascension, you're exhausted and you need to rest a lot. And if order takeout, you can't physically get up to cook. You have no energy. So all these things combined will drive you nuts. And I used to really bust my balls in the sense that I would give myself a very hard time because I was still in, like, I need to have a 9-to-5 job. I need to have this type of job. But I physically can't, I can't anymore, I can't tolerate it anymore. And I don't last because every single job, I change jobs like crazy. And it's exhausting. And I've felt so embarrassed and ashamed. My own mother has made me feel, just embarrassed, like I can't hold a job. And, a lot of it is mirroring on her behalf, but I just always felt so down on myself, like, why can't I keep a job? You physically can't keep a job anymore, Gwenly. And that's why I pushed so hard to, get a car and get my license, because I've never had a license before until like 3 years ago. And before I had my child, I mean, I used to love the bus and the train and riding bike and walking. Like, I was happy. I don't care about vehicles. I didn't care at all. I was just happy. And now, after COVID, things have changed, and I'm back in my hometown, and things have really changed into the worse. Like, a lot of homeless, drug addicts, a lot of danger in public transit now. And I'm like, this is, after my son was born, I came back to my hometown, and I'm like, this is not safe for us. This is not safe. Like, I don't mind being on the bus, or like, I don't need to be driving anywhere, everywhere. I didn't care for that, like, yeah, it's nice to go out for like a long drive, or go to like a state park, have a nice road trip, right? It's always fun and relaxing. That's the only reason why I would like need a car, and for work, if it wasn't like close by. And yeah, so I pushed myself to get my license, and to get a car. And once I got a car, I started doing delivery services. And I couldn't, I like 9 to 5, 7 to 3, whatever. Like, I couldn't hold a job, and I'm a fast learner. Like, whatever position you put me in, I will learn really quick. Like, 2 months tops, I'm gonna be a pro at it. 1 month tops, I'm gonna be a pro at it, and it's not so hard. But I would always get attacks from my coworkers, right? Employers, a lot of bullyings, even from my superiors, bullying, and just karmic groups just attacking me in every workplace situation. And a lot of gaslighting, and just making me feel like I don't belong, right? Just pushing me to the point where I quit. And this has been every single job I've ever had. If not, I would still be working there. And I used to feel so bad about myself, right? Like, I didn't do anything to anybody for them to treat me a certain way. And a lot of the times, like, I'm a natural born leader. I could lead naturally, and a lot of my bosses had none of these qualities, but they were in that role, and a lot of the times, you're not given an extra, if you want to go up a position, you're not given that extra training. You're put, like, you're kept in a corner. Like, you're not getting advances, you're not getting higher pay. Like, your skills are good, you learn the position real quick, and you want to go up, you're not given that opportunity, because your own bosses are so hateful and like envious of you, and I'm like, I can't deal with it. And it just became more and more and more like, I do not tolerate it. I sense something, I see something, I'm like, nope, this is what's gonna happen. Like, I know it happens, and I leave immediately. I don't even give a 2 weeks notice, because these people are trying to sabotage me being here, and your superiors, or your lead, turns the other way, like, oh, this person is not doing this, you're tripping, or chill, and it's like, no, like, I'm done with this crap, and it's just crazy. Like, I literally can't. I can't tolerate a job. 9 to 5 job. I can't, and this delivery stuff has become good, and it has its pros and cons. You work alone most of the time. Yeah, you see faces. If you're doing delivery, grocery delivery, you're shopping, yeah, you're in the stores, you see people, and it's just like a hi and bye, and it's not bad, right? And I love being alone. I love driving. And I'm a people person, but you know, you just meet shitty people. And if you have to be in the same environment with these shitty people that don't like you for no reason, right? You shine too bright. I'm done with like dimming my light, right? And people are just negative, low vibrational, and you can't really control it because you're in that environment with them. It's not like doing delivery services where you can control your environment. Your environment, you're not gonna be there like all day, every day. You're gonna be moving around, right? So it's very freeing in that sense. Thankfully, I have, spiritually speaking, I've matured where, yeah, I could read someone or I feel someone, right? Read, feel is the same thing for me. Because you read someone by feeling their energy, because you're sharing an environment, so energetically their energy, your energy, or the group's energies or whatever, you're gonna feel it. It's either gonna clash or be welcoming, or like be fine, and yeah. But and it's so funny, changing the subject, it's so funny how people try so hard. They're energetically stubborn. They try so hard to it's just crazy. This happened a few months ago, and this person was not giving up. They tried so hard for me, trying to mirror me being jealous of this person because of what they have, because of how they look, all these material, karmic, worldly things. They tried so hard and to mirror this energy towards me, like I should be jealous or envious of what they have or what they wear or how they look, how they're seen. Like I should be, it was a war, energetic war of, I should have all these feelings, like hateful feelings or like envy or like, I wish I was like this. Like, like if this person's a celebrity, right? And also, if I don't, like, energetically go down a few steps because I think too much of myself, I should bow down to this person, basically, right? And in order to be accepted by the environment of these adults, in order to be accepted, I should bring myself down a few pegs, right? And I shouldn't be in a high vibration, right? It's them, only them, like a clique, like groupie, you know, like I should be a groupie, which is hilarious. You know, if not, I'm not gonna be accepted, and they will turn their back or their face towards me energetically, give me attitude or short answers. And this is bullying, you know? This is bullying on a level that normal people would be like, oh, they're in a higher status, so this is that type of bullying, right? Like a classy bullying, which is still bullying. And they just couldn't win, and now they're trying to come around and actually take their fucking mask off and talk with the truth of who they really are. You know, like, it just, that's why I'm not liked by people, and that's totally fine. You're not for me, you know? And this is normal. This is everyday life. And I don't even need to know you for like a few hours. I could tell right away. They expect you to be jealous and envious of them. I don't feel hate or jealousy or envy towards anyone. You may have a, like, to the eyes, an appealing body, a nice body. And that's great. You either bought it or you worked for it, and good for you. You know, like, why would I hate on it when I have my body? I'm focusing on me. I need to do work on my body. Okay. I may love my body, and, you know, like, I accept myself for who I am. Do I feel like I should, you know, now I'm coming into a season in my life where I could work on myself physically. And that's awesome, and I can't wait to get the body that I envision in my mind, that I will be fulfilled with, I will be happy with, right? It's how you feel inside. And so, excuse me. And so, people will make you, or try to make you feel some type of way, like if it's like you have to, like, force you to feel some type of way, which is hilarious. And they push and they push and they push and they push, you know? And that's just what it is. So I just wanted to mention that. these people who do these things, which there is a lot of, um, they're insecure. Because us chosen ones, us high priestess, we could be looking raggedy, wearing not the newest clothes or the newest trend, but it's our essence, it's our energy. That brings the attention to us in a natural way. We don't need to be perceived. We don't need to be anything to do with material. We don't need to have it or to have a mask on. Being ourselves is what brings us light. You know, we have a natural light that shines so bright because we are ourselves. And they hate us because they can't have that. They can't take that from us. They can't copy that, right? Because it's not something you could buy or you could own. It's something within. We've done the healing work. Everyone chooses to have their own light or not. You could shine bright. You could be in high vibration if you do the work. If you focus on the right things, on the correct things, on the righteous things, on the righteous way to live. You could have your own light, your own shiny, bright light. You're just gonna ooze that essence, that healed essence. And it's crazy, like, yeah, sometimes there is frustration, you know. We are human, having this human experience. And sometimes it's gonna be frustrating because it's like there's more cons than pros being chosen ones in the way of how much we're hated on by the outside. But spiritually, of course, there's more pros. There is cons. I'm a demon slayer. I'm, like, spiritually, I am wealthy. I am so blessed. I am high ranking. And my gifts keep getting stronger because I am obedient to the Most High. I am obedient to my purpose. I am on the right path. And I don't let lower vibrational things, thoughts, opinions get to me. Being spiritually, like, your hygiene, being clean spiritually is so important. Having people who are low vibrational, who don't, and now I could say with full confidence, because these people are no longer in my life. people that don't want the best for you, that want to harm you, that talk behind your back, that throw spell work at you, black magic with their tongue. The simplest way to do black magic is talking crap about them, talking behind their back, saying false things about them, saying lies about them. That's attacking people. And I was raised and I grew up in this type of environment. And yes, sometimes, you know, when I was younger, I've had my moments where I would gossip about others, right? Because I tried to fit in, you know, and it's addicting. But I knew that wasn't right. How would you like someone else to do that towards you or about you? That doesn't feel so good. But it's always, I always did it in a form where it's speaking the truth. And I always felt ashamed and embarrassed, like what I do is not good. Talking about others, I didn't lie. I spoke the truth. And people hated that even more. Talking about others is also complaining. That's low vibrational. If you complain about someone, you better complain about it to find a solution to the problem, not just to fucking complain about it over and over again every Tuesday that you work with this person or you see this person or whatever the case is. A lot of people, they just complain and complain because they like living low vibrational. You know? And so I always thought that me talking about others, me speaking about others, I was so gaslit growing up that my voice just, I really shut down, right? My throat chakra, I was barely speaking most of my life because of my own mother. And when you have a gift as a child that you can see through people, adults or anybody, doesn't matter the age, you could see the truth, you could see they're lying, you could see they're being manipulative. Things that as a child, I would never want that for any child. It's things you wouldn't want to see. And growing up in a karmic family like that really like took me somewhere dark, because I could see, you know, my family, they're not good people. They live low vibrational. I don't want to be like them. You know, very pure-hearted being, very innocent, and still am. Yes, I've gone through things and I've learned to stand up for myself. So I have a dark side, right? I could stand up for myself and take no bullshit. Because I've gone through things for so long and didn't speak up. And everyone in my life from my past, I have known the truth about them the whole entire time I've known them. but I always give people to me as a second chance. Because if I could see right through you immediately, if I know who you are, I know what your purpose in my life is. In that moment of you in my life, I know the purpose and why you're in my life. And I know the type of person and what you have done. So what you will do to me, I already know. Right? But to have this human experience, I have to go through it as a regular human being. So it's like I'm giving this person or these people a second chance. I know what they carry in their heart. I know how their heart is. I know the intentions they have. But I still let them be. God puts me in people's lives because I am their last chance. Are you gonna be low vibrational? Are you gonna be how you have been in the past? Are you gonna treat me the same way you have treated others unfairly? Wrong, doing, being, being wrong, dude, like doing bad stuff, right? To others, bullying, anything of that sort that's low vibrational. Or will you change? And it could be any type of change. Because I've gone into people's lives like where they are being tested, right? By God. I am put into your life for a reason. Are you going to learn the lesson? Because it's a test. Or are you going to fail and you're going to lose whatever you ever hope for, your dreams? You're going to be punished. Karma's going to come to you. Because first you didn't learn your lesson. Someone came into your life and you did the same thing you did before. That was low vibrational. That was unjust. That was wrong. You hurt someone again because of ABC, selfishness. You just don't care. Okay, you're gonna get karma, but I am an earth angel. I am sent by God to your life, so you're hurting someone super special to God. God's child. And you're doing harmful, wrong things to this earth angel. This is your test right here. And you can't take anything back after. So if you do wrong or you hurt the earth angel, the chosen one, God's wrath is going to come for you. I sometimes don't know the full mission of why I am in someone's life. I am being guided. I act accordingly. Sometimes I don't act like my true self because I'm being guided to say this, to act this way. Shapeshifter, right? But I work for the light, not for the darkness. So on top of how the public, the world perceives us chosen ones, us earth angels, plus being on mission, working in our purpose, which I'm still learning and finding out every day is a new thing, right? And we're not perfect because sometimes we're gonna make mistakes as well, and that's okay. And because we're having a human experience. We were born into this world, so we've been in this world since we were born, right? Since we were in the womb. And excuse me. And so we're gonna have a lot of healing to do. The harsher I've been crying. Not a lot, but I've been emotional. Because although there's spell work being sent towards me, you know, you as a chosen one, you tend to, I guess, numb yourself at times, just on an everyday basis, because you feel so much and you go out into the world because you gotta make a living. You have a life, you got things to do, you have children, you have family. You sometimes need to numb your emotional side out, or to have the tunnel vision, right? Just to focus on yourself, because you could get distracted, or you could absorb very easily others emotions, feelings, intentions, lives, their energy. But I lost my train of thought. I was going somewhere. And I'm talking, I hope it's not so, my voice is not so low. My son is sleeping in the back. He's taking a nap. It's been a roller coaster with him. He's just been not listening, not cooperating. He's just been on it today. And I get tired, you know, of repeating myself, of my son not listening, and it's just a lot of crying for him. A lot of, I don't know. I do know, but I don't want to say it. I think because the people, family members that we have, that I have removed from our lives, are trying to connect to him on an energetic, spiritual way, and so he's feeling all that because he's also an empath, and he is gifted. And that's why we both need a lot of cleansing, you know. When it's bath time and we need a salt bath cleansing, we both, you know, my son is young enough, you know, he's still my baby, that he could take baths with me. We could bathe together, and that's fine. And I always do Epsom salt baths for him if he's in a bath by himself. just to cleanse his energy, because it's overwhelming, it's heavy. You know, he's a child, and he's a special child. You know, he's a gifted child. So I remember when I was a child, I remember some parts. And my dad, throughout the years, as I got more older, he would talk about certain things, you know, on a spiritual aspect, and he taught me a lot about spirituality. Um, and deep down, I'm grateful, you know, for him to open my eyes up, or open my mind up to this new world when I was younger, because all I knew was the karmic world, you know, this world that we live in, you know, this materialistic world. My parents separated when I was younger, so I grew up with my mom. Um, so living in a narcissistic world, and you know, seeing my dad once a week or every 2 weeks was a breath of fresh air. You know, my own mother made me feel like I lived in a dark dungeon, you know, like in a dark basement. Just depression, because she has mental health issues, you know, and it's generational. I'm sure it's generational, dealing with depression, especially on my mom's side, and my dad, but more on my mom's. Depression, anxiety, you know, all these things. Um, and my mom was never diagnosed because, you know, if you don't want the help or you think you don't need the help, you're never gonna get diagnosed. Unless there is an episode that happens that you have an attack, a anxiety attack or panic attack, really bad depression that you can't get out of that dark hole, and you can't live life, right? You can't do everyday things. And everyone that lived in my household dealt with that. But she was number one, right? And we had to take her lead, like we had to follow her. If not, she would become very narcissistic. And that's horrible, you know? We had to live like this. And if we were happy, it was bad. And it's just so crazy because I try to put away a lot of my childhood because it was so dark, you know, and it wasn't a happy, fun childhood at all. And my parents tried to, I guess, make us forget about that by buying us stuff. My father worked most of his life when, you know, as we were kids, always working long hours since he didn't live with us or see us too often. He would, the only way was buying us things, right? And that would make us happy. You know, like you care for us, and he didn't have a lot when he was growing up at all. So that was his way of showing it. And, you know, my dad he invested a lot in us, right? We were his world, and we were his kids, you know, but what had happened was generational curses from his generations before really fucked him up. And same with my mom, right? And their trauma. Growing up and them not wanting to or being able to heal these things really made this karmic relationship this difficult for my family. You know, this my parents getting married and them dealing with each other after marriage. And my dad dealing with my mother being unfaithful and going with my stepfather. That really put him down for a very long time. And so we had a very karmic childhood growing up. And there is a reason why I'm saying this, you know. And I just feel for people, you know. I'm a super empath. I feel if you fucked me over, if you've done the worst of the worst, I still will feel for you. I still will want the best for you. I will still give a hand out and help you because of my heart. Because I could still find that love for anybody in my heart. And if you have a good heart, if you have a pure heart, you are very, very blessed by God and loved by Him. A million times I would rather have God's love and feel God's love than to have anything to do with this world, materially speaking. Anything material means nothing to me. But growing up in a karmic family like this really messed with my head, right? But I learned a lot. You know, and it's not a happy place. Just because you, generally speaking, just because you want to, and this is going towards a connection, you know, towards like a divine counterpart connection. That I have or had. It's an in between at the moment, but if you think because of what others are gonna think, the public, meaning the people on social media, the people in your community, the people in your workplace, your family members, your parents, your brother, your sister, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your grandma, your grandpa, your in-laws. If you think that staying in that relationship and that marriage is better than to deal with that and facing the truth and consequences If you think that's gonna be a better childhood, better life for your children, then you are mistaken. And you are living in fear, right? Your life is not your life, even though you think it's your life, because you are materialistically wealthy. You have the things you want. You feel like, I attained this, so it's mine, so it's my life. But you're chained to these connections that don't make you happy. And nothing means more than your happiness, your peace, the love from God, your truth, your integrity, your morals, your values to yourself. Everyone wants a healthy relationship, a family. Everyone wants to, I myself want to become old one day. Have grandkids, have my own kids, have grandkids with the love of my life, right? Perfectionism is it's unrealistic. You know, it's like, if you accept yourself, you're not gonna give a shit about being perfect to others, to the public, to your family, to your friends, to the community, to your workplace. You're gonna love yourself. Self-love. You're not gonna care. We have insecurities, yes. And every day we work through those things. But these are minimal things compared to self-love and happiness and peace and living in our truth every day, being liberated and having that freedom within to be being ourselves. Nothing could compare to that. No material things, clothing, trophy wife could compare to having these things. So growing up, I never understood how my mother, how my stepfather could find these materialistic things much more important than their kids' happiness and their kids' love. Because growing up, my mother's love was very conditional, and I got the worst of it because I'm the black sheep, because I spoke the truth, because I knew and I saw the truth. So I'm not gonna be wearing a mask, perceiving myself how you think I should be. I'm not gonna be acting upon that. I'm gonna be myself. So I got the most conditional love out of all my siblings. My sister got the most because she was conditioned a certain way and she acted the part, and that's why they loved her the most, right? And it was, my sister's my half sister, so her parents are still together. And my brother and I were left on the side, right? That's an unfortunate thing that happens if you divorce and remarry. If you don't heal certain things, you know? And Now my father remarried, I think in 2016, or not 2017. I think 2017. He remarried. And I was very happy for him. I was out of the state living by then. Living out of the state. And I was happy for him. Is it the right person for him? Does his spouse bring him a few notches down to lower vibration? Yes. And years went by and I started seeing his real mask. His false mask started falling off. He did help me a lot in my life, but at the same time, he was a liar. And he lied. And sometimes, yeah, your parents are afraid of you as a child because of your gifts. So they don't know what to do or how to act or how to raise you. And us chosen ones, our parent is the Lord, is God. Because even our parents here on earth, they couldn't parent us. We had a roof over our head. We had food on the table. Yes, my mom struggled, but we always had food on the table, right? And, but the love wasn't there. The things that make a home full and happy, it wasn't there. So just because you have the cars or the status because of a false mask, you perceive yourself to be like this, so people are gullible and they're gonna eat it up. You make very, very good money. You have a pretty face. You act low vibrational, so there's a lot of low vibrational karmics that follow your ass. Because you have the status, because people know you, because you live a karmic lifestyle. And everyone has a higher self within them. Children are innocent and they're angels until they grow up in situations like this. Just because of unfortunately, just because of you are afraid, you have that fear of how others are going to perceive you or your family because you got a divorce. It's not the end of the world. So many people have done it and they're happier, and I am an example of that because I was with a narcissist, and 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 I left this person I left with my 3-month-old, took an airplane, took a flight to my hometown from 1,000 miles away. For my son to have a better life. And for him to grow up in a healthy, happy environment. To have the life that I wish upon him and myself. Because he does not deserve that. What he was gonna grow up in, he did not deserve that. Priorities need to be straight. You cannot prioritize the material things, how others are gonna see you. None of that. Because none of that matters. If you honestly, truly love your children, you're gonna put your children first. In a truthful way. Not how your abusive parents have put you. But look into yourself within. And what would your highest self do? All the things are upon us that are in our energy, in our essence, how we were raised, all the things we were taught that our higher self knows it's not correct, it's not right. We know that's not us. That was put upon us. My own mother taught me this. My own father taught me this. But this is not who I am. We'll start living in your authentic self. The more you face your own truth within, the stronger you're gonna become and the less fear you're gonna have in becoming and standing in your own truth. Because your whole life you have been living in a lie. You have been lied upon. And that is why spell work and black magic works on you. Because your whole life you have been in a low vibration. Because you were raised in this type of environment. So if your spouse, who is a demon, Jezebel spirit, who has so many demons within her, and works damn well with a dark practitioner who is good at what she does, but for the wrong reasons, right? And dark demonic reasons, you will be in illusion spells and love me spells, black magic on your truth, on your life. She will say she is your twin flame, your soulmate. She is the one, your life partner. And you will believe it because you're under a spell, you're under black magic, because it will work on you. How it works? No weapons formed against us shall prosper. If we are living in a higher vibration, in our authentic self, in our true self, if we are living in truth, and we're trying to live in our truth because we have been in this type of environment or lifestyle. We were raised to live in a certain type of way that is not our truth, right? God will provide us that discernment because we are working on ourselves. We are healing still. And forever we will be healing still. Sometimes I've healed something in my life and I feel like, oh, this is gonna happen. Oh, this is gonna happen. Whatever it is. And it doesn't happen because I'm still living in like, I still need more healing to do. I still need to ascend, to awaken certain things in my life, in my body, within, spiritually, physically. The higher the vibration, the more you work on yourself, the more you heal, the more you live in your truth, the more you speak up, speak your truth, the less the spell work, the black magic, the manipulation is gonna work on you. God will let this stuff touch you to warn you, but with you knowing, with you having a discernment that you know who it is and who's doing it and what they're doing, you are now aware. So it will not take full effect. The spell work, the black magic, the manipulation, it will not prosper. Whatever's being thrown at you, it will not prosper. If it's death spells, it will not prosper. If it's them trying to take your essence, it will not prosper. If they're trying to destiny swap, it will not prosper. They cannot do that. God is the number one leader. He lets the devil do certain things just to warn his children, but he will not let it prosper. So we have to be obedient. That is the reason why all of this happened. You wanted to live and be in a lifestyle that was low vibrational, addictive lifestyle, very karmic lifestyle, unhealed way of living. Simple as that, you're gonna get all of this. Life is not a game, especially if you have children. And karma is real. If you believe or you don't, that karma is real, you're still gonna get karma. You're still gonna accumulate the karma until it's your turn, until God says it's your turn. Karma is so real because I am part of that karma. I come to test. God puts me in people's lives to test if this person is gonna receive karma or not, if this person is ready for their blessing or not. And very few people have passed. We have to find the value within us, not seek validation or value with the outside to validate and accept ourselves. We have to find that within us. I used to do that. Now I accept and seek validation within me. Maybe start working on these little things. You will start to give less shits about what others think. You will start healing yourself, right? With image insecurities or insecurities in general. But we have to start somewhere. And God will purposely, for me, for example, from my own experience, God has shielded me, covered me, so others who come into my life for a bad intention, or if I'm on a mission, I come into others' lives and purposely He covers me for these people to not see who I really am, because they're not deserving of it, because their intentions aren't pure, because He knows if their intentions aren't pure, I will be used. They will try to destiny swap, siphon my energy, use me for their own selfish reasons, for them to receive blessings in their life. Because when I am in someone's life or environment or energy in their life for that season or time being, they are being blessed. That's just natural. Even if it's in the middle of them being tested. Are you going to be devilish? Are you going to go back to that low vibration? Or are you going to learn the lesson, become high vibrational, and gain that blessing? What's it going to be? Once I am removed, once I'm being guided to remove myself from that environment, that's when an individual or these people will see the truth. Well, I was a real blessing, because when I was in their life or in your life, you were receiving blessings. But at the same time, you are being tested. Once I remove myself, if you don't pass a test, it all goes to shit. Those blessings will be removed so fast. And you will lose and gain karma. You will be in karmic debt. So the less shits you give about what other people think of you, the better the outcome's gonna be in your life. It's a whole lot of things mixed into one. Anyways, guys, it is time. And it's time to go. When you get too comfortable, you take your shoes off. There's different. Another thing I wanted to say, this is for Earth Angels, chosen ones, whoever resonates. I honestly feel I'm an Earth Angel. I am chosen. If not, I would not be saying these words or defining myself as such. High Priestess. You know, I'm at the beginning of my journey, of my purpose, spiritually, spiritual journey. You know, there's still a lot of unknown. Still a lot of like, I feel like I'm in the dark, which brings fear. It's a little frightening, you know, and a lot of us, but then not so many, you know. I don't know the percentage, but a lot of us have grew up in like very low vibrational settings, have lived this type of lifestyle. And it's so important to discern, you know. This teaches us to discern a lot in the spiritual world. And some people, they, you know, some of us know how to protect ourselves, our energy, more than others. So we all have unique qualities, things that help us in our journey, right? Right now, these past few days, I've been called to buy an Ankh symbol necklace, and to wear that. You know, it's been a long road, long journey, for me not to be in, like, for me not to have control, to let go, you know. In a lot of my life, a lot of aspects, I still need to work on certain things, but to have more faith and to build that faith up. But yeah, let's see. I'm gonna put you guys there because my son's right behind me and I don't want him in the video. I know this is a long video, but until I work on having more, I guess, more skills YouTube on how to you know, learn YouTube skills, or how to have more, because if the video is super long, and it's good, I will stay watching it. If it's not, then I will have to cut it short, you know. If the video gets slow, if whoever's making the video is not that I need to be entertained, but if I'm not resonating, then that's what's I'm gonna cut the video short. You know, I'm not gonna keep watching it. You know, we all have a life and we have things to do. So making long videos doesn't really help. But this is where I'm at for right now. When I'm being guided to speak, I will speak, and perhaps the more I speak, the often, you know, my videos will become shorter. But anyways, once I'm in that like zone, I could talk like for hours, and I need to actually I guess work on that, or meditate and connect more to my spirit guides and ancestors, for me to get downloads, or just speak of the topic, or speak of the subject that needs to be talked about at the moment. And to say, you know, sometimes that's just me being lazy and not wanting to do it. Oh, another thing, what I was trying to say once I started driving, is meditation. So meditation, like, I would say traditional, or just realistic meditation, like how meditation's supposed to be, or how they say it is like a Zen type of meditation, you know, like crisscross applesauce, you know, on the ground, and meditating with your, like this, and happens out of nowhere. That's not safe. But right now, for example, I was in a meditative state when I was parked and talking to you guys. Once I started driving, I'm like, oh, I don't feel safe to drive because I'm in this meditative state, like, oh, I need to become aware now, but I'm navigating right now. I need to work on the spiritual, the 3D and the 5D. And it's been going good. It's been, 2 years of hard work on being more grounded on earth. And becoming a single mom has forced me to be more grounded, not by my own choice. Well, it was my choice, right? But because of my circumstance, I had to be more grounded. I had to, having a karmic family, being in a toxic, narcissistic relationship, abusive relationship, and having a family like this as well, I could not live in these environments. So I had to get my own place. And being a single parent, being a mom and a dad was really that helped me ground myself here, in an earthly way. And I'm more comfortable in it. Growing up, my parents did not really ground me or teach me how to ground myself or gave me advice. Like regular families, how they help you out and give you advice. It was never intentionally and unintentionally. I was not giving this type of advice in my life. So a lot of the time I had to go out, experience it, and live it, and learn from it. And that's how I became an adult, became mature, my father would speak about his experiences growing up in his life and his past and his childhood and how he suffered and what he went through and the things that he learned. And I'm very grateful and thankful for that, because he gave me a positive point of view out of a really shitty, dark childhood and just life in general, right? And he had his good years. He was a soccer player for his country under, he played for a sponsorship under FIFA, and he traveled, and his country is small and it's poor, but he still traveled and met famous soccer players and things like this. So he had his good and bad in life, but learning a lot from my dad, and then he started changing, and your own parents, my own mother always hated me, hated what my destiny is, tried to mirror my whole life, what all her insecurities, all her lows, she tried to put upon me like if it was my life. I had to carry everything, all her burdens, and she mirrored this to me for my whole life. She didn't feel good enough. She engraved that into me. You're not good enough. All these things that a everything. So, I had to go through a lot. I had to fight and face demons at a very early age. And that was frightening. That was very scary. I lived with demons, with bad, evil spirits, because they were within my own mother. These spirits, demonic spirits, demons, they don't scare me. I take care of them in the spiritual realm. I go to battle when I'm asleep. And I learned what it was to go through battle awake here on earth as well. And I'm still healing from a broken heart by my own mother, healing that childhood broken heart. And it's been a really deep, emotional, heavy, because I've been needing to heal this, right? And I've been avoiding it for my whole life until I had my son, my first child, my only child so far. But healing this, starting to heal this, has pushed me to try to heal, or put more of an effort, to heal it even faster, because I have a child and I don't want the years to pass by and be lazy about healing childhood wounds and mistreating my child, even if it's unintentional, because this is normal life. Every single parent goes through it, because we all have trauma. When we have kids, yes, that all comes back. It's natural. So, that's what it is. Sleeping has been very, very hard. I've been training myself to sleep normal hours again, or go back to sleep right at a normal hour, because for the past 3 weeks I've been sleeping 2 a.m. the latest, but that's pretty late, And it's all of this stuff going on that when we're having an ascension or awakening, we either, it's like half of the time we sleep a lot, right, because we're so exhausted, as well as when people are throwing black magic, spell work, and trying to drain us from energy, or people that are energy vampires that are in our lives, right? So we feel always exhausted and depleted. It's not, it's just so many variations, so many things going on times. But then we have periods that we are awake and we can't go to sleep. You know, it's a little crazy. Okay, guys, I am going to let you guys go. One sec. Gonna let you guys go. When I'm driving, I kind of get distracted, of course, because I need to focus. Okay. You guys take care. See you next time.